What up, world? I'm Steve. You guys are the crypto crew, and this is where we keep crypto simple and easy to understand. Today's video is another crazy one. We've got this Bitcoin death cross that's forming, as you know, but today we've got a brand new chart with some really good information that you guys are going to love. So before we get to that, I do want to give a message from my heart to everybody. There's a lot of people in crypto that are looking to build their retirement. But if you guys are not careful with your education, this market could destroy your retirement. So be careful, please. What I mean by that is if you guys aren't sure of what to buy, when to sell, and how to read charts, this industry could be very dangerous. So do yourself a favor. You guys know my passion is teaching you about crypto and keeping it simple. So do yourself a favor, sign up to the classes that are in the description and get on the right track, protect your retirement, and build your retirement. All right, before we jump into it, guys, I have to give a special shout out to our community here. Now, over 23,000 subscribers. It's incredible. You guys are incredible, and I appreciate you guys. If you're new, you definitely want to subscribe right now. We welcome you into our community. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell for those fresh new videos. Now, let's jump into it, guys. Even though I'm rocking a pink blazer, I'm still not your financial advisor. This is not financial advice. All right. Update. We had talked about this death cross. Now, if you guys aren't aware, this is the first video you're watching. You have to watch the previous two about death crosses, learn some new information, and then come to this video. And it's a series of videos that's really going to educate you moving forward in this crypto space. So, long story short, a death cross. We have a 50-day moving average about to cross the 200-day. This is historic. It's only happened 2 times in the history of Bitcoin in the 9 years. So this is a big deal, and we need to get this clear. So we're going to give first an update of what's happened since yesterday. We've talked that first and foremost that there was this cross forming, and a few videos ago I told you it wasn't going to happen that day. I told you it wasn't going to happen yesterday, and I told you more than likely this cross is not going to happen today. In fact, in yesterday's video we drew it out, and it's more than likely going to test this barrier on the 22nd or 23rd. Now, what's happened since yesterday? We talked about a bounce, and the bounce was coming from the stochastics RSI, which is down here, which again measures the momentum of movement before the price moves. So this indicator, the stochastics RSI, tells us where the price is going to move before the price moves. And we bottomed out here, and we said, guys, look, we're due for a move up. It's almost inevitable. It could hang out here for several days, up to 5, but eventually we have to move up. We've got no momentum to move down. We've got to move up. So we had that today, and there could be a good sign, good indicator. Let's zoom in here. Let's look at just this part. We have this blue line that is crossing the red line. That's a great sign. And we'll look to see how far we could move up. If you guys look and see any time that the blue crossed over the red, usually it's been pretty good news on the way up. Okay, so we just had a good signal, not an amazing signal, but a good signal. You can see this arrow pointing to the RSI. That means overbought, oversold. So the RSI and the stochastics RSI was telling us that a bounce is near. We got that bounce today. It's not a big bounce, but it's a bounce. So what I wanted to show you next is a scenario that you're going to like. And it's based on the history of Bitcoin. I've never showed you this chart, so I'm excited to show you this chart. So what's happened since yesterday? We've had a bounce. We're still not at the point where it's going to cross, but it's still a very big concern. Now, if you guys remember, when this does cross, it's a signal that we are now in a bear market, and it could be, you know, a month, a few months of more downturn. So we need to keep a close eye on this. Now, I'm going to show you a chart now, which I've never shown you before, and you guys are going to like this. Whoops. So this is a chart from 2013, but it's not the one that you always see from 2013. It's the forgotten chart. It's like the unwanted child. This is the 2013 chart you guys are familiar with. This is the market crash, which I've shown you before, but we're not going to look at that one first. We're going to look at this first run up in Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. We're on the one-day chart. If you guys are not familiar with these charts, this is Coinigy. We have the link down in the description, as well as the other two videos about this death cross that you want to watch. Those are in the description. So everybody that's in the intermediate classes, you guys have free access to Coinigy, and this chart is under BTC USD. So this is the run-up that we had before the market crash. We went from, Bitcoin was $15, imagine that buy, $15, and we ran up to 259. We had an enormous run-up in Bitcoin, and we had basically what we're having now. We had a battle on the 50-day. We held on the 50-day. It finally broke through the 50-day. It held on the 100-day momentarily. Then it broke through the 200-day. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's what happened now with Bitcoin. We did exactly that. We fell through the 200-day, and then we were met with this, oh my God, this death cross is coming. This green line is about to pass over. The 50-day is about to pass over the 200-day. But then what happened? We had a bounce, we had a move up, and we really, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. We snuck by there, guys. We touched lines. The 50-day literally touched the 200-day and ran along it for several days. Let's count it out. From the 17th until the 22nd. We've got a good 5 days of right on there, about to have a death cross, and we avoided it. We absolutely avoided it, and we went on a parabolic move up. So let's zoom in here. Where were we? We were about at $92 when we were having this cross happen, and we went from $92 up to $1,161. So I want you guys to understand two scenarios. I'm going to show you two scenarios of how this death cross could play out. It could play out like this, where we have a bounce and we get some confidence back in the market, and we could have a move up. Or the scenario is going to play out like this chart that you guys have seen. I think that we're somewhere in the middle. This was a parabolic move in 1 month. In 1 month, we 10x'd. We didn't do that this year in Bitcoin, and we didn't have any support on the 100-day like we've had this time, and we haven't had any support on the 200-day like we had this time. So this scenario is a little bit extreme in the fact that we had a death cross. You can see the green line went below. This is a death cross. It lasted just for a couple months, and it crossed back above only to fall back below, and we went into a down market for several years, right? So the second death cross literally plummeted the prices of Bitcoin. Now, we have to also accept this is how it could play out. And again, I did a video a long time ago saying that we could have a low of 3,500. How did I come up with that price? This chart, historical data, and taking trigger points that were historic in this move, because a lot of things line up. But I think that this is a little bit extreme. This one is a little bit too nice. So I think we're going to be a little bit in between these two scenarios. But let's go back to today's chart. Let's analyze a little bit more and let's understand what we can expect moving forward. So what to look out for. That price point I shared with you guys of 7,800. It's a really critical price point, guys. Very critical. In fact, this recent candle on the daily chart, the body of the candle closed above 7.8. Great sign. 7.8, 7,800 is not one of these short-term levels that a lot of traders will only focus on, oh, what's happened in the past week or past month. This level, 7,800, goes way back here. It goes way back here to 11.8, and it played a role of resistance. It played a role of support. Then it played a role of resistance again, and then it played a role of support again, and then it played a role of resistance and support again. It's a very critical level, so keep a close eye on 7,800. And we have to keep a close eye on this. It's probably still going to be a few days before we really test this death cross. So we need to see how that plays out. We got to keep our eyes on this stochastics RSI. We've got a good sign right now. We got this blue line moving up. This could be a good sign. Let's see how it plays out. A lot is happening. This is a very important moment for Bitcoin. So we'll do more updates on this. And let's hope for the best, guys. We could have that scenario of early 2013 where that death cross almost formed and we bounced off. So let's continue to monitor it. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Join this movement, join this community. We would love to have you, and also turn on those bells. Before I let you go, about the classes, guys, really take your education seriously. Do yourself a favor. Get on the right track in this industry. You guys know I've got passion for this. I love teaching. We've had enormous success with the classes, so get on the right track. Links are in the description. We'd love to welcome you in, and more updates coming on this historic moment in Bitcoin's history. All right, everybody. Oh, just real quick, this is the information that's in the description for the classes. If you have questions, this is my email. If you guys have general questions, please only email me questions about the classes. All other questions, write to me on Twitter, and I'm trying my extreme best to get back to every human that writes me on Twitter. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Let's keep monitoring what's going on with this death cross, everybody. Welcome to the Crypto Crew, those that are new, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace and love, fist pound to the Crypto Crew.